Well, hello everyone. Here we are on a nice rainy Monday. Like the song says, rainy days and Mondays always get me down. So anyway, maybe it's not the rain so much as just my mood over this whole thing. What we have here, folks, go up here. Okay. We actually even have a Made in USA serial number. This is not a Gibson. This is, choose your term, whether you want to call it a Fibson or a Gibson or whatever. This is one of the import Les Pauls, fakes, that are flooding our country. There are several companies overseas that are making these things and shipping them direct to your door so customs can't stop them. It's bad enough when someone buys one intentionally. I've tried to make the rule just not even work on them. They're a very sub-quality guitar. You'd probably do better with an Epiphone in the same price range. This unfortunate customer, though, however, was actually duped. He thought he was buying a real slash Les Paul in a blowout sale. When he got the first one, he found out that the neck was cracked on it. He brought it here and I took a look at it and verified it was a fake. Had one of the worst neck joints on I've ever seen. So he sent it back after a lot of argument and ended up with this one. So the only way to get his money back, which was actually about twice what usually it costs to get one of these things shipped to your door, in an attempt to get his money back, just recoup something, we're trying to get this guitar to work for him. Now, keep in mind, like I said, this is the replacement. It doesn't work. The electronics in it does not work at all. And it's come direct from the vendor. Nobody's been monkeying with it. So as we get into this, we're going to see what's going on. I just want to give you a very basic introduction of what's going on here. Like I said, I've tried not to even work on these unless I try to bail a customer out of a really bad situation. I've had to get my hands into about probably 8 of these guitars over the years. Various acoustics, Martin acoustic fake, Gibson acoustic fakes, a lot of Les Pauls. One customer had a Les Paul Supreme fake that was absolutely horrible, and when he confronted the seller about it, he was told, well, it's not really a real Gibson, so you shouldn't expect a lot. Well, you know what? It was sold to him as a real Gibson. Which, by the way, folks, it is not illegal where these are made to do this, but it's illegal here because of trademark infringements and copyrights and all that. I do understand that it is a felony to sell one of these in the States. So if you own one, don't sell it. So anyway, we're going to get a little deeper into this in a few. We're going to start checking out why his pickups don't work. Well, actually, let me tell you, I know why they don't work. I already had the front one out of it. But I will get you some video here in a few. Okay, here we are. Let's take a closer look. When the customer brought this guitar in over the weekend, electronics didn't work. I pulled the pickups and saw what we had here. We can actually see the pickups have been spliced into the original wiring. Now again, this is the way it came when he ordered it. This has not been messed with. I disconnected the front one quickly over the weekend when he was here to check to see if the pickup actually worked. So we know that the front pickup is functional. It's just been wired up poorly. If we look down here, we've got globs of solder in here. The wiring here was done very badly. So you see what we've got here. Now the plot thickens. I'm going to go ahead and clip this one and move these pickups out of the way so we can flip this over and you can see what we've got going on in the control cavity. What we have down in here is a real mess. We actually have a lot of burnt leads from the factory. This pot is actually shorted with the wiring. Everything is just very haphazardly thrown together in this guitar. Is that even a loose connection? No. Okay, just some more melted wiring. So, what I'm going to end up doing with this guitar is putting new leads on these pickups. They're actually Duncan designed, probably Kent Armstrong pickups. Go take the covers off them, put new leads on them, rewire the whole guitar, and then we'll see if we can actually make it play like a guitar. This is going to be a tough one for me. I don't really want to do it. But the owner is a good guy, and we're going to try to bail him out. At least he's not going to give me a hard time about it when he knows it's a fake already. I've actually nearly come to blows with a couple guys over these guitars. One older fellow brought in a Gibson acoustic that his son-in-law had given him as a present. Time he changed the tuners on. The tuners were the cheapest set of tuners I've ever seen in my life. It didn't even have splines on where the buttons are up here. I bet these are the same way. It's just a round metal shaft coming out and glued on, the buttons glued onto that. There's nothing to support it in there. Time will tell on that. Anyway, this gentleman brought this acoustic in, and I was trying to explain to him that, you know, I couldn't really do a whole lot with it because it was fake. And he just went off on me. He had documentation and everything telling that guitar was real, and that, you know, his son-in-law knew about guitars, would never have bought anything like that, on and on and on. I said, well, you know, bring me your documentation. I will be glad to take a look at it. If I am wrong, I will gladly admit it. So he comes back in later with his documentation in hand, which I had seen before, so I knew what I was going to see. So I took his documentation and looked it over, laid it on the counter, turned it back around toward him and mentioned to him, I said, did you notice all the misspelled words in the backward E's in every word? I said, your documents are even fake. So he was not happy with me. I don't care. Yeah, I'm still right. So anyway, people in a lot of cases just don't want to hear the truth. So anyway, what we're going to do is get on with this. This is going to be ugly. Like I said, it's not going to be one of my favorite projects. This just really burns me. There's too much of this stuff going on, especially when someone buys something that's misrepresented to them, and unfortunately there's nothing can be done about it. One of the reasons I did not do very well in college economic classes was first rule of business economics is let the buyer beware. Something I've never been really fond of. So anyway, we'll be back. Okay, here we are. We're back. It's been about 3 hours of brutal warfare here. I've actually managed to get new leads on the pickups, get them installed, get the wiring all rewired. So we have all this working now, as it all should. I've set the guitar up, got it all taken care of, everything's already go. I had to recut the nut. The guitar came in with a really bad back bow in it that's built into it. Luckily the double acting truss rod was able to take that out with some negative pressure. This is just one of those things. Something that really didn't need to be. It's a shame so many people fall victim to the same sort of thing. there is a big group of people, a whole society, buying these guitars on purpose and talking about how good they are. I've not seen that. I see their reviews and their YouTube videos on occasion. I don't see the whole point in it. But anyway, I basically think that anything that has a Gibson logo on it should be a Gibson. I feel the same about Fender. I know there's a lot of custom parts caster builders out there that mainly their stock and trade is assembling parts guitars and relicing them. I know they will also do an upcharge to put a Fender logo on it. It's just wrong, people. Maybe I'm just too old school, but that's just the way I see it. So anyway, we'll get this guitar back to this fella. Hopefully he's got something here he can use and recoup some of the money he's spent. So until next time, play nice. Be nice to everyone else. Be cool. Later.